What's good, YouTube? This your boy, Mr. YG82. I'm coming at y'all with a little something different today. This is going to be my ban binder in lieu of Banlist season. And I'm also going to go over my Banlist predictions, cards that may grace these pages after this no sooner than January 17th. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. So, of course, I try to have a copy of every ban card. I try to get it max rarity. Some of which may have taken a little bit longer than it should have, but it's all here. A lot of the stuff I did have from a long time ago, but that's neither here nor there. Just gonna talk about them. Ancient Fairy, unfortunately, can't come back. It's just too powerful. Field spells are too powerful, and accessibility to synchros and stuff in this format is definitely not beneficial to this coming back off the list. Astrograph Sorcerer, it actually could come back. It's probably not this time, unless they're trying to push these new pendulum supports. But I definitely don't see them bringing it off just this time. Maybe next time it might come off. The two Black Wings, they're not coming off just because they're not gonna be in Hawk of Firebrax, as well as Gofu's just like free Link 3, like just straight off by itself. Blaster actually could come back. It's probably not. If it does, I wouldn't be surprised. Block Dragon without Union Carry is not. It's not really doing nothing. I mean, it's a one-off. So we'll see. I doubt it's coming off. Cyberjar definitely not coming off. Dandelion. Oh my god, I miss Dandy Warrior so bad. It was such an amazing deck. But Dandy's not coming back. The sheer token reducing aspect, and it's not once per turn. That definitely can't come back. All right, Dinglong, it actually can come back. I mean, especially with a worm deck in the format right now, there's no reason why Dinglong can't actually come back into the format. Will it come back? Probably not. Destrudo, definitely not. It's just too free. Not coming back. Hawk of Firebrax is part of the reason why that's not coming back as well. The Jin, yep, no, not coming back. I mean, especially with Drytrons, I mean, they just dump that guy, and then next thing you know, boom, they're just locking you out of the extra deck, and it's no fun to anybody. Eclipse Wyvern is actually not super bad. It could come back. I mean, Red MD is going to be a 3 after this list, so it's not really an issue. There's no reason why Eclipse Wyvern can't come back. Elder NT Norden, it's just too broke. Instant fusion it out and just automatically get a free monster reborn. A level 4 and lower, that's pretty strong. That can't come back right now. Maybe in the future it can, but not right now. Fairytale Snow, it's actually not super broke. I'll definitely love to see it again, but I doubt it's coming back. Fiberjar, a full game reset, Monitor banished. Definitely not coming back. Fishwork Blaster. I can't remember exactly why I got banned. I think it was some kind of FTK with it or something like that. But it possibly could come back. I mean, water decks are not like prevalent, especially water synchro decks. So it probably could come back. But probably not right now. Glow Bulb, again, Hawk of Firebrax. That's a lot of reason why the tuners are on the list because of Hawk of Firebrax. Same thing with Jet Synchron. The Guard Dragon combo, I don't even know why they even made that. Like, it shouldn't have even been a thing. But sure, like, they're in here. They're not coming off anytime soon. Nightmare Goblin. Extra normal summon is not like game breaking, especially since it has to be to one of the arrows it points to. So you have to make it in the main monster zone first. Then to get the free the additional normal. So it's not like super broke, and it's not like extremely hard to do. But how many normal summons are decks actually playing now? Like 3, maybe 4. So Nightmare Goblin is not gonna be broke. I think the co-linked effect is probably more of the reason why it got banned, because co-linked monsters can't be targeted. So I think the co-link effect is probably the most broke part of Goblin, not even the normal summon. You have decks like Flunnery's normal summon like 3 times on your turn and theirs. Um, Electrum actually could come out of here, especially with a new pendulum report on the horizon. Even though they got like a Mega Wash replacement for it, it can definitely come off the list. Ib, it's not coming off. It's just one of those degenerate like combo enablers that can be like splash as long as you can make like synchro 5. So definitely not. Grind the Golem again, token. Just being able to make tokens. So yeah. All right. Nightmare Mermaid, just too splashable. As you've seen over the history, the Konami doesn't like those splashable engines that you can just throw in anything. Like this Brave engine, even though it's about to be splashing everything, it's probably gonna get hit. Look at OCG; it's already got hit over there. So it's just a matter of time before it gets hit over here, and it's not even out yet. Evolvable Chain, generic, just dump. And then also with all the draw cards that we have in the game now, being able to stack whatever you want to the top of your deck and then potentially draw it that same turn. Yeah, it's not coming back. Level Eater, oh my god, I so wanted to play Level Eater, especially in like trains or something where I can just level eat like 5 times. So if you max see me, I'm probably gonna deck you out. But that's neither here nor there. Level Eater actually got limited, actually got banned before Link Karibo came out, so you couldn't even truly link spam yet. So that was yeah, Link ones and Level Eater, that's a no go. Link Cross, Link Cross, it was just again another combo enabler. Just the fact you can just any link to a higher and just boom, you spamming out tokens is never good for anybody. Imagine doing that in Tri-Brigade. You make the link 4 and then boom, spam out like a whole bunch of tokens and start climbing into stuff like access code and all this other stuff like that. Yeah, it's pretty wild. Lunar Knight Tiger, even at 1, you can still abuse it multiple times in a turn, so that's going to be a hard no on that one. X-Saber Invoker is actually not super bad because I mean they did just give back what is it, Solomon Great, because Stalio. So I mean that's an option, but again, this is generic Vice. That's an N archetype, so that's probably why he's not coming back because he's generic. Magical Scientist, he's actually not super bad. I mean, especially you having to pay all these life points, especially some of all these level 6 or lower fusions. But I don't know. Like I can't think of any really broke level 4 or lower. I mean level 6 or lower that you can really abuse that with. But it can definitely be like a combo starter and just a stupidly good card. And it's a level 1. It's a 1/4 target. It's probably not coming back. If it does, they'll probably errata it and make it level 6 or lower non-effect, and then it won't be as broke. So if they errata it and make it non-effect, then it can definitely come off. Kieran ain't really hurt nobody, but again, the non-targeting and stuff like that, it's a force to be reckoned with. It would definitely get played in like almost every Pendulum deck. It's just too good. So could it come back? I would say yes, but that can't be targeted or destroyed by opponent's card effects. I don't know. It's kind of tough, but I mean they're pushing Pendulum support. I think they'll leave it right where it's at so that you can play the new stuff and not the old stuff. All right. So you got Masterpiece. So everybody's always talking about Masterpiece coming back. It's not coming back. It's gonna get it out of the way. Masterpiece is too hard to deal with in its own format, let alone in like different formats. Like if you tribute monster and spell, you're pretty much saying that 90% of the decks in the formats can't out this card. Maxi, Just like everybody else, if it comes off, it has to go to 2 or 3 minimum. I say 2. I say just go straight to 2 and just chill there. Kind of like malicious, just a permanent resident of the semi limit. It could go to 3, honestly, but definitely 1 is kind of sacky, to be honest. Um, a lot of people hate this card, but in my honest opinion, like I've taken the Maxi challenge so many times throughout the years, and I maybe lost like 2 games after taking a Maxi challenge. But it's also a simpler time back then. You didn't have stuff like droplets and the beer and all this other stuff. I could literally like either deck you out or make you draw all your one ofs and all the stuff you want to keep in the deck. Imagine playing against Dino Rabbit and you take the Maxi challenge and you make them draw all their vanilla. So now their rescue rabbits are dead, their unexpected dies are dead, all that stuff is dead. So now they have to normal summon vanillas and try to beat you that way. So I mean, the Maxi challenge back then really wasn't like just crazy, like, oh my god, I'm about to lose now. It's really not. Mecha Phantom Beast Lion, again, the token producing, not coming back. Mind Master, level 1 tuner. Again, the tuners, the level 1 tuners, like a lot of level 1 tuners on the list, as you can see. But Mind Master, he sets up some with the field spell. You can do some kind of like, I think it's an FTK or something, or just like this unbreakable board. And the only way you can out it is by bouncing your field spell and make them take all the damage for the counters they put on it or something like that. It was just too broke at the time. Could it come back now? Potentially. Probably not. Hey, Shockmaster. Yeah, that's a hard no. Just being able to lock out your opponent from one aspect of the game. Like they're playing Eldritch and you just call traps. You just pretty much shut down your entire deck. Galaxy Tomahawk. Again, the token producing, just putting it up top and then just spitting out 5 tokens. Yeah, nah, that's a no-go. I like before the master rule change, when you go and spit out a max of 4 tokens, it was still broke. But needless to say, it's broke regardless because it's token producing. Number 86. He actually wasn't the problem, to be honest. Nobody ever made him with 5 or more materials the hard way. They made him with 5 or more materials using number 75. If they ban 75, they can bring back 86. Honestly, because the most you're probably making this with is 3 without adding materials through like number 75 or something like that. Like, to be honest, nobody's making them with more than 3 the hard way. So honestly, he was broke, but he really wasn't the problem. Number 95 was. I mean, number 75 was. Speaking of number 95, yeah, he's a problem. I mean, the dump, the banish, like everything he does was specifically designed to help dragons and supposedly Galaxy Eyes decks, but it got put in other decks and started developing FTKs and all this other stuff, and it just became this FTK facilitator, and that's not good for anybody. So he's definitely not coming back. All right. Number S0, Utopic Zexel. I mean, he got banned because of the whole Numeron stuff. I mean, honestly, like it was just free. Hardcore could actually come back. Is it? Probably not yet. If it does, I wouldn't be surprised. As a thought, just continues to affect that blankets the board. Yeah, that's a no. Plush Fire, it was just too OP at the time. Monkey Board, just a free 2 scales. It sounds kind of familiar, like some other cards we have that's still legal. But anyways, it's just too free. Like you summon Joker, get Monkey Board, play Monkey Board, get the other scale, boom. 1 card just got you 2 scales. I mean, it could come back. They're trying to push links. I mean, pendulums, but Probably not, because again, they want you to play the new stuff. I would love to see Redox come back because it's just it's free, especially since I love to play Earth. But yeah, no. All right. Now the two plants. So I know there was FTK with this guy over here, the cluster. So he's probably not coming back because of FTK. And then the other one, in phase. I can't remember. I think there was an FTK with him, but I know he was just broken again. Like plants did a lot of broke stuff. If it facilitates any kind of FTKs, it's probably in this list. Honestly, I would love to see all the burn cards get banned, but that's another story for another video. All right, Spiral Master Plan. Obviously, you can't come back. Substitute. Could it come back? I mean, we got Ash Blossom, we got Effect Veil, we got Imperm, we got stuff to stop it now. Because it was just like you just couldn't stop it before, but now you actually can. So it possibly could come back, but probably not, because they're not trying to go back that far. But I wouldn't put it past them to try to bring everything off the list at least one time. Summon Sword, too broke. As long as we got Needle Fiber, that's not coming off, because you can literally like one card into Needle Fiber and then Needle Fiber into Summon Sword into Shenanigans. So yeah, nah, that's not coming back. Supreme King starting Venom Dragon again, just facilitates too many like broken like FTKs and stuff like that. Not coming back. All right, Toad Knight with Thalamus. I don't think anybody ever used the win the game aspect where you like get all the materials on it and you just like win. But is that the same one? Yeah, let's see. Oh no, this is the one that you can just rank up. It just lets you cheat out. I think it was Constellar Diamond at the time. It was just too free. I think a lot of people was using it like degenerately and like locking out your opponent, stuff like that. So yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. Nobody used to skip turn. Yeah, that's what it is. Skip turn. Wow. Yeah, nobody's doing that. Tempest deserves to be on the list. FTKs. I mean, like I said, all burn cards should be in here. To be honest, that'll get rid of all these FTKs, and then you'll be able to release a lot of other stuff off the list. So put the burn cards on, take a lot of other stuff off. Tyrant Neptune. I think he did some kind of FTK stuff as well. I think with number 95 or something. I just remember it was crazy. I had to look up the FTK, but I know he was involved in the FTK, so that's why he's in here. Last but not least on this page, Colossalus. Can he come back? Absolutely. Is he probably? Probably not. Unless those leaks were real and he is getting reprinted. And I'm a true advocate of that. If they reprint it, it can come back, to be honest. Like if Maxi gets a rare and collect the rare treatment on one of these little side sets, it can come back. If it doesn't get reprinted, it's not coming back. That's just how that's gonna work. So until one of these banned cards in this binder gets a reprint, it's probably not coming back because Konami wants to cash in when they bring stuff off the list too. Let's go ahead and keep that real. Let's keep it a buck. All right, so title, you can bring that back. Gives water decks, a little extra little Topologic Gumblar Dragon. Yeah, no. Hand ripping is not cool. True King All Calamities, again, locking your opponent out. Not cool. Maybe they errated it, maybe, probably, but they're not gonna do that. Union Carrier. He was just too broke. I mean, you see what everybody did with Block Dragon and all the other stuff. Like he wasn't even using the decks he should have been using, the IE Union decks. So they would have to errata it and make it like one monster, including a Union monster or something. Like that's how that should work. Or a machine, something like that. so it can stay in its own archetype. Um, Victory Dragon, I mean, it literally just created a space where it's just like, oh, you're attacking for game? Nah, I scoop. We're going to concede here because I'm not going to let my opponent attack me and make my life points reach 0 with Victory Dragon, and they win the match game 1. It's not happening at all. Wando carries and Mighty. It could definitely come back. It's not really hurt nobody. The card that really should have got hit was the one that rips a hand, the Hunter, Wound Up Hunter. That's the one that should have got hit. They swapped those two. Carrier can come back. Again, they had to reprint Carrier. Wink, wink. Y'all see a Carrier reprint? Y'all can see it coming off the list. You had a Grasu. Not as broke as it used to be, but if you catch your opponent slipping with no hand traps, no way to stop it, it's kind of hard to out, to be honest. So he's staying right where he at. Zodiac Broadpool, as much as I would love to see that come back, that is just make Tri Brigade back on the map. Like, they already limited Tenki and all this other stuff, and then to bring back Broadpool, they're not going to do that, because then that put Zodiacs back where they was at, and I put Tri Brigades there, because now you can search the Fractal. If they put Fractal to 1, they can bring Zodiac and Broadpool back to 1. That'd be wild. So it'll be like you're technically playing like 1, 2, 3, technically, because you have the Tenki, Broad Bull, that you can make off any zoo monster, and Fractal itself. So you'll technically have 3. So I mean, Fractal to 1, Broad Bull to 1. I can see that. Probably not. Drader, yeah, they tried it. He's right where he's supposed to be at, even though fake number 4 does the same thing and does burn damage, but that's neither here nor there. Brilliant Fusion can come back. It literally plays the original Garnet. Hashtag the brick. I think I got him in here. Is that him right here behind it? Yeah, the Garnet. Actual. It forces you to play an actual brick. So, it can definitely come back. I don't see why I couldn't. Butterfly Dagger, just literally infinite loops. So that's a no. Same thing with card safe return. You can infinite draw. Confiscation. Just the ability to look at your opponent's hand. They already replaced that with triple tax, so that's not coming back. And the same thing with Change of Heart. Change of Heart, Confiscation, and Pot of Greed all in one card. So none of those are coming back. Cold Wave. Yeah, not being able to activate spell and traps until the next turn. Yeah, that's a no-go. Chicken Game. It's not super bad, but it's not helpful. So I mean, it's not something that Konami's looking at like, oh, this has been on there too long. Yeah, nah, it's staying right where it's at. There's no reason to bring it back. There's no cry in the community to bring it back. Delinquent Duo, yeah, no. Ripping 2 out your opponent's hand, turn 1, it's a no-go. Dimension Fusion, as much as we banish now, that's just like free real estate, plus link fodder and everything else. Yeah, that's gonna be a big no for me as well. Giant Trinade, they already replaced that with Hatronade, so that's not coming back. I mean, you would think they do the same thing, but being able to bounce face-ups back to the hand and be able to reactivate them, like, I don't know, Meltdown, any of those, like, equip spells, yeah, it's not worth. But Hatronade bouncing face downs is cool. That's fine. So Giant Trinade staying where it's at. Grace of Charity, they'll have to rat that to sleep. Like, they'll have to make it where the card's discarded, can't be activated this turn, nor can you activate cards with the same name. All that kind of stuff like that. They'll have to like seriously destroy that on the errata, and it's not worth it. So that's staying right where it's at. Heavy Storm, yeah, mass back row removal. Could it come back? I mean, I hope Unchained. I mean, we already have like Lightning Storm and all this other stuff. I mean, How many decks actually benefit off of destroying their own back row? So, I mean, it possibly could come back, but again, you have to see the reprint. So if there's no reprint, you're probably not gonna see it coming off the list. Kaiser Coliseum, too degenerate. Like, I mean, it's one of the floodgates that is just like, if you see it, then you're pretty much winning. And especially against like Bujins, like you was definitely losing that game by far. Last Will, it's not coming back. Like I used to play that in everything. Like before it got banned or limited or anything, like I used to play it at 3 in every deck because at some point during the game, you're gonna send a monster from the fields of the grave and then boom, you get a free plus. Same game, whatever. Mass Driver, burn card, exactly where it should be at. Metamorphosis, too many broken fusions out there now. That can't come out. That can't come back. Premature Burial. I know we have Monster Reborn and all these other cards that bring monsters back from the grave, but the premature, like, it's just it's too strong. Like, being able to bounce, because you still have stuff like Zephyros, you can bounce this back to hand and just abuse it. So right now, that's a big no. Like I said, we already got other stuff to subside and play. Smoke Grenade again, ripping cards out of your opponent's hand. That's a no. Snatch Steal, they brought it back. That was a big mistake. It's right back where it needs to be at. Painful Choice. That's not even a painful choice. That literally just should have been called I Win. Because if you resolve Painful Choice, you usually won that game. Especially like even in the simpler formats where you just like 2 darks, 2 lights, and a random card, and it's just like it was over with. And nowadays, you like Magic Eldritch, so like, all right, let me just pick all these traps and Golden Lord or something. I don't know. There's no right choice. Like certain decks, there's no right choice, and that's why it's called Painful Choice. But like I said, it should be called I Win. Soul Charge. I mean, you can Monster Reborn multiples, and it doesn't discriminate at all. Like, you remember at links, everything. Like, yeah, can't do your battle phase, sure, but you just got back like 5 monsters, 4 monsters, whatever, at a cost of 5,000. Sure, man, yeah. Spellbook of Judgment, it could come back. Will it? Probably not. I mean, it's not going to help sell any product. I mean, that's also one of the biggest reasons why a lot of this stuff is staying right where it's at. It's not even selling product. Force of Century. Again, looking at your opponent hand, like hand knowledge is like super strong. Zodiac Garage, yeah, it is where it should be. That grass looks greener. It's very interesting because like with grass in the format, it kind of makes you want to play over 40. And it's not like everybody's just so focused on like, oh my God, I got to cram 40, I got to pack 40, whatever you want to call it. With grass in the format, it's just like, you're okay with playing over 40. Like 45 was just like ideal because now they're not like milling 20, like milling like 15 or something. So it's just like that grass, it could come back. Is it? Probably not. Again, reprints. Keep that in mind. If y'all want something to come off the list, if there's no slated reprint block or like reprint set coming out around or near the ban list where it could possibly put that card in there, then that card's probably not coming off the list. And that's honestly how this works. Like, Konami wants to make money off stuff coming off the list as well. I mean, every now and again, they'll just bring something off and not make anything off of it, but they'll surely reprint it really quickly later. So now for these last couple, last turn, yeah, nah, because all you have to do is summon like anything where your opponent can't special summon, like Fossil Dyna, and it's pretty much over. You win. Return from different dimension is returned. Like, it is broke. Paying half, not a problem. Royal Oppression, maybe if it was like once per turn, you can pay 8, maybe. I like they would have to rat that Because like paying 8 every time, like once or maybe twice per turn, cool. But yeah, not every time. Self-destruct button, again, draws. We're not trying to have draws and stuff like that. So we'd just rather go ahead and play it out. All right, 6 cents. I think it had all of like 2 weeks of play. I think it was like $50 out of like Joey's World. Whew, that little 2 weeks was fun. I think there was actually an event too. I know me, Desmond, a whole bunch of the guys from Super Games in Atlanta and stuff. Like we was grinding trying to find them things so we can play it at the event. Time seal. Skipping the draw phase. It's not super broke. I mean, it could come back at 1. I don't think it's going to get looped or anything like that. I mean, the trouble you have to go through to try to loop, make your opponent skip the draw phase is not even worth it when you have so many cards that add and play out the grave. I don't think that's even relevant. Trap that shoot, again, looking at your opponent's hand. I don't know what to tell you. That's probably not coming back. Ultimate Offering. I mean, that actually could come back. It's not really doing nothing to nobody. I mean, look at Flunderies. They summon 2-3 times on their turn, and then do the same thing again on your turn. So, what deck is really going to break Ultimate Offering? Let me know in the comments, because I don't see Ultimate Offering getting broke. Vanity's Emptiness. It's Saki. Could it come back? Yes. Will it? Probably not. Yeah, that's pretty much it for the bands, for the binder. I have a whole bunch of extra stuff in the back, like all extra copies of the stuff up here that I'm not like stacking them all up on top of each other. That's the binder. So let's go ahead and get into what you guys came here for. All right, so the cards I feel that'll join the ranks of this binder is going to be Mystic Mind. I mean, it's definitely had its time. I definitely must say, like, Mystic Mind was, it's long overdue. Like, it got banned in the OCG before it got banned. Like, it wasn't even allowed to be played at locals. So, yeah, Mystic Mind's a no-go. So, that it's time to go. Artifact Scythe. Pretty sure everybody saw that coming. Dagda's not the problem, unfortunately. Dagda just exposed the actual problem, which is the Scythe. Because if you got rid of Dagda, you can still hard draw it, as well as now you just play 1 or 2 of the traps, the Artifact Sanctum. So you have to hit Sanctum as well. You got to hit Dagda and Sanctum. So why not just skip all that and just hit the Scythe? And last but not least, Predator Plant Verte Anaconda. They already made their money. They dropped the reprint. They double up. They got their money. It's not going to hurt the Albaz deck because Branded Fusion really doesn't care about Predator Plant. Like, you can just hard draw that and just go. You can search it and go. I mean, Predator Plant is definitely just the fact you can just drop any 2 effect monsters and make it. And with the Brave Token stuff coming, you can just go Brave Token, special out some stuff, special out a little guy, make a Link Spider, go right into Anaconda, boom. Now you have free negate. Or you can even special Brave Token, special to negate, special to the other guy, normal summon something, then go Anaconda plus, and then you still have a negate. So you have a negate plus whatever else. So yeah, it's too broke. That's a no-go. So these are the cards I think are going to get banned and join the ranks of my illustrious band binder. Thanks guys for tuning in. I know this video is a little bit longer than I normally do, but let me know if you like this kind of videos. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and stay tuned for more from Mr. YG82.